The fifth dimension isn't some faraway place you travel to, it's a state of being, a shift in consciousness. And here's the most surprising part. You might already be living in it without even realizing. How can you tell? There are signs. If it feels like your old world is falling apart, you're not alone. Many of us are going through what seems like chaos. But what if it's not destruction? What if it's a sacred awakening? A divine transition? As the old saying goes, it's always darkest before the dawn. We've spent most of our lives in the 3D world, a place rooted in what we can see, touch, and control. But now both Earth and its people are evolving. We're stepping into the fifth dimension, a higher, non-physical reality. It's only accessible to those who are spiritually aware. Here, love is more powerful than fear, and unity dissolves division. On this journey, your senses sharpen. You begin to feel energy, see beyond the visible, and hear the quiet truths that once went unnoticed. It's like upgrading the software of your soul. And as with any upgrade, there are glitches, what many call ascension symptoms. Maybe you've felt random waves of emotion, strange body sensations, or sudden health shifts. These aren't random. They are signals, indicators that your entire system, mind, body, and soul, is recalibrating. But here's the truth. Real ascension always comes with shadow work. To rise, you must descend. To heal, you must first face your fears. This means walking through your inner darkness, the unprocessed pain, the unspoken grief, the unhealed wounds. But within that darkness lies your key to the light. Only by confronting your shadow can you step into your highest self. The hardest part, letting go. As you ascend, the old 3D world begins to break apart. Relationships may fall away. Jobs might shift. Lifelong attachments may dissolve. It's painful, and that's okay. But this unraveling is necessary, like leaves falling in autumn. It's how your soul makes space for a new, deeper spring. Yes, it hurts to say goodbye to the familiar. But what waits on the other side is something profoundly beautiful. The life you were always meant to live. A life rooted not in fear or limitation, but in truth, love, and divine purpose. So if it feels like everything is falling apart, maybe it's not. Maybe everything is falling into place. As your soul rises into the fifth dimension, it begins to sense everything differently. You start noticing things that no longer belong, not just in your body, but in your environment. Toxins become more obvious. And I'm not just talking about junk food or alcohol. I'm talking about toxic energy, relationships, habits, thoughts, even the noise you consume. You begin to crave clarity, simplicity, authenticity. And that's how you know you're on your way home. As you continue your journey into the fifth dimension, something strange begins to happen. Your environment starts to feel off. Certain places, people even thought patterns. They simply don't resonate anymore. Your body knows before your mind does. You might feel physically unwell in certain settings. Your energy might drop. Irritation bubbles up more quickly. Why? Because you're becoming like a finely tuned instrument, and anything out of tune starts to hurt. These toxins can show up in many forms. A conversation that drains you, a space that feels heavy, even your own thoughts looping in negativity. And although it feels uncomfortable, it's not a bad thing. It's clarity. It's your soul telling you you no longer belong here. And here's where it gets radical, yet necessary. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away. Setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's about protecting your peace. You're not rejecting others out of spite. You're choosing yourself out of love. And that's not selfish, that's sacred. When you start prioritizing your well-being, something powerful unfolds. Your mind finds calm, your body relaxes, your spirit expands. This is what it means to truly live in 5D, where inner peace isn't a luxury. It's non-negotiable. You begin to understand that mental health isn't just health, it's your true wealth. If you identify as a light worker, someone here to awaken, guide, and uplift others, this stage is even more vital. You have a mission, a calling, but you can't hold the torch for others if your own flame is flickering, like a lighthouse in a storm. Your light must remain steady, and to do that, you must stay aligned with your truth. You must step away from what dims you, not in anger but in love. Because here's the deeper truth. Your healing doesn't just serve you, it ripples outward. Every boundary you set, every toxic pattern you release, every time you say, "I choose peace," you show others that it's possible. You don't just talk about transformation, you embody it. And in a world that's constantly buzzing with noise, confusion, and distraction, sometimes the call to awaken comes not from within, but from the outside. Have you ever felt an unexplainable urge to go into nature, to walk among trees, listen to ocean waves, or sit quietly beneath the stars? That's not coincidence. Nature remembers you. It knows your soul. It knows why you're here. The forests, the mountains, the rivers, they aren't just beautiful, they're sacred. They carry the original frequency of Earth. And when you're near them, something inside you softens, aligns, awakens. That magnetic pull you feel toward nature, it's not about escape. It's a return to truth, to self, to source. This isn't about scenic beauty or a perfect Instagram post. It's about reconnecting with the wisdom that lives in every leaf, every stone, every gust of wind. Nature is calling you not to impress you, but to heal you, to prepare you, to remind you that you're part of something much greater. You're not just witnessing the birth of a new Earth, you're part of its creation. Mother Earth sees you. She knows the light you carry, the energy only you can bring into this world. And now more than ever, she's calling you to shine. Whether you're sitting quietly by a still lake or catching your breath on a mountaintop, nature is doing something extraordinary. It's tuning you like a cosmic tuning fork. It resets your frequency, lifting you from chaos into clarity, from fear into flow. If you've ever felt this pull to nature, an urge that goes deeper than getting away, then this is your confirmation. You're not just a visitor here. You are a guardian, an earthkeeper. You're being invited to participate in something far greater than yourself, the awakening of the planet and this relationship with nature. It isn't one-sided. It's sacred, symbiotic. As Earth pours peace and healing into you, your elevated energy feeds her in return. It's a divine exchange, a remembering. So the next time your heart pulls you toward a quiet forest or a lakeside sunset, know this: you're not running away from the world. You're running toward your true place in it. You're not escaping. You're embodying your purpose because you're not just in nature. You are nature, and your soul is part of its destiny. This new Earth we're stepping into isn't just about ascension. It's about harmony, where spiritual depth and earthly beauty coexist, where your inner transformation becomes a contribution to the world. And as you align more deeply with nature, something else begins to stir. A new kind of relationship starts calling you. Soulful connections. These aren't just friendships or romances, they are soul-to-soul encounters. In a 3D world, relationships often revolve around the surface, small talk, shared interests, roles, and labels. But as your consciousness expands your heart, no longer settles for what's shallow. You begin to crave realness. You yearn for conversations that nourish, not just entertain, for presence that feels like home, for connection that doesn't require you to perform, only to be. As you ascend, you start speaking a new language, the language of the soul. It doesn't always need words. It speaks through silence, through a glance that says, "I see you," through a touch that carries truth, through a quiet moment that echoes louder than any speech. And the more attuned you become, the more you begin to attract those who vibrate at the same frequency. These could be kindred spirits, soul companions, or even twin flames, mirrors of your deepest essence, here not to complete you, but to awaken you. These are not ordinary relationships. They are divine appointments. They enter your life not to add comfort, but to catalyze your growth. Not to distract you, but to align you. They help you remember who you truly are and why you came. These souls, the ones who walk beside you on your life path, they are not here by accident. Unlike conventional relationships, these connections are woven with intention. They're not always romantic. In fact, some of the most profound soul connections show up as friendships that feel like ancient reunions, mentors who awaken your purpose, or even family members who mirror your growth in unexpected ways. What makes these relationships special isn't how long they last, but how deeply they move you. They challenge you, expand you, reflect the truth back to you even when it's hard to see. And through them, you remember you were never walking alone. So, dear soul, if you've felt the shifts, if your heart beats differently now, if your mind is craving depth and your spirit is drawn to peace, then trust this: you are already living in the fifth dimension. You're not waiting for it to arrive. You are it. You carry it. You radiate it. And if this message has resonated with you, even just a little, I invite you to pass it on. Share it with someone you love, a friend, a sibling, a parent, anyone who might be waking up too quietly in their own way. Thank you for being here, for listening, for remembering who you are. Until we meet again, may your path be light, may your soul be steady, and may your heart always find its way back home. Have a beautiful, sacred day.